Archer and the Devil.
Oh, well, that fucking shaman told me one day that it gave me a big dick, and I've been having it ever since. Please sit the fitties on these 4 tables.
I haven't got Rishi Sunak's number. I haven't got Matt Hancock's number.
No, me neither.
I have no access to them.
No.
I can tweet them, and every once in a while, Rishi, I do.
Welcome. Hi. Episode 41 of Archer and the Devil. Take 3, because he's told me that twice already. Because
I'll
like
put them on
buttons.
at the end as a fucking...
I like to press buttons. There's an update for our piece of equipment
that you haven't
that is
updated.
here that I forgot to do.
Oh, because there's new audio,
And there's new audio, and it gives us a bleep button.
Oh.
So if you next time you want to say so and so,
I need that because I say a lot. I'm editing it. I'll bleep it out.
You can, but now you won't have to because you just press the button when you know you're going to say it, and it will just mute yourself. Yeah. So I'll do the update later when we finished. I totally I forgot. I think there's a few other things as well, but
they don't care, and I don't care.
I don't think we'll ever use them. This really like is way more.
That's the only button we use on this entire thing.
No, this is way too technical for what we ever use it for. We put it in, press record, and then take the card out at the end. And that's it. Yeah. That's all we do. But yeah, how are you?
I'm
good?
Fucking great.
Okay, it was a bit aggressive.
Sorry, I'm feeling aggressively great.
Why? Why?
I don't know. It's been a really fucking good weather week.
Oh wait, have you been to the pub?
I did go to the pub.
When did you go?
Twice actually.
When?
So I went Friday. I was at skate park for a while, and then someone said, "Do you want to go to the pub?" And I was like, "Fuck it." I wanted a Guinness on draft, so I went to an old man pub that day.
Right. Which one?
The Vaults.
Market Vaults.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
Is it all been redone?
No. The back has a bit.
Oh, okay.
They've got like covering and a marquee and stuff like that.
Right. Okay.
And then I went to.
Right.
It was shit.
Oh, really?
It was so shit.
You told me I'd like it.
It's a really nice place,
right.
Generally. I'm going to bleep the bit out because I don't want to. I do like the place. I don't want to speak bad about them. You can tell what they're trying to do is make the most of the fact that they can only have outside. You just sat on everyone's dick, basically.
Is it that small?
Honestly, like,
really?
You're not social distancing when you're sat down from the table next to you. And they brought out 3 tables when I was sat there.
What?
Because they were like that full. So obviously more people are coming. So they're like, oh, we'll just put another table out there then. So it's not that big a courtyard.
Did you have to book?
Yeah.
All that shit?
£5 deposit as well. I didn't do it, my mate did it.
Right.
Look, I wasn't fussed if I didn't go or did go. And they were going, so I was like, fuck it, I'll go. No.
No good?
No, I'm going to wait.
Till what?
Till
you can go inside?
Yeah.
When's that? Like June?
I think it's either May 17th or June 21st. June 21st, I can open, like my bar can open.
That's still a
month and a half.
That's massive. You'll be in before then, I imagine. But for people to actually be able to go,
yeah,
that's insane.
I know, and it is just at the minute like they'll do well. I went for a walk yesterday in the woods, and there's 2 pubs either side. Where I parked up, and they were rammed.
As long as the weather's nice.
That's the thing. But it's fucking cold as soon as the sun goes down.
Well, up there, up Hoppers, you've got
there was the
Taymata, which has got a big back garden,
and the Red Line on the other side.
The Red Line's massive,
and they were both rammed.
The Red Line's got a huge garden.
Yeah. And
then you've got what's the other one? The Fox. That's got a pretty big garden as well.
Their car park looked busy when I drove past it.
Yeah, that's pretty busy. They've all got good outdoor areas.
Yeah, but at the minute, I'm not that bothered about it. Like
I haven't been. Yeah. I went to Costco and got
how many? 75,000.
What's 3 times 8?
32.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
32 bottles of Desperado, but they came in the packs of 3. So, do you know what I mean? They don't just come as a box of beer. They come in the packs of 3. Then you have to take that out the box, take them out of the packaging, and then put that in the fridge. But thankfully, it's all cardboard, so it's sustainable. Greta would be happy.
Do you want to talk about the thing you want to talk about?
No, we're currently talking about lockdown first.
Well, okay then.
Have you heard on the radio of the people that are complaining?
Yeah. Well, not on the radio. I saw a thing on...
The one I heard was Friday, was all the barmaids complaining that it's busy. Yeah.
Got a year off.
Yeah, they're busy.
And I can say that because I'm manager of a bar. So when I go in, I'm expecting it to be busy.
Yeah.
I'm also expecting the fact that I haven't really worked in a bar for a year. I'm going to be fucking knackered.
They're complaining that their feet are hurting. They're complaining that they're having to do 12-hour shifts instead of 7-hour shifts. They didn't expect it to be this big. They didn't expect
What
it to
did
be
they
this
expect?
busy. I don't know.
I think what makes it worse as well for them is table service.
I think that's one of the things is because obviously
Before you just
they
walk
have
in
to
back
serve
and forth to the bar, whereas
single drink.
now you're essentially a waitress or waiter.
And now they're saying be patient, which I get because people want a beer.
Well, yeah, when I went to the pub yesterday and it's like you put your order, I'm not expecting it straight away. Like I can see how fucking busy it is. But at the same time, if you are working, because again, I will be, if I complain about it, hit me.
But you're not going to be in that situation, though, are you? Because you haven't got an outdoor area.
Well, no, but we might be table service inside.
Inside?
It might be.
Really?
But if it is, I'll just go and flirt with people. I don't see the downside here. And again, as management, I'll be like, right, I'm having those 4 tables. The rest of them, you can fight amongst yourselves. I don't give a fuck.
Please sit the fitties on these 4 tables.
The first rule of owning a bar, I used to own a bar, we've discussed this before. If you don't know, the first rule of owning a bar is you serve the hot ones first.
I mean, that's true across the board.
You know when you go to a bar and like people complain, oh, there's always serving them first because they're hotter than you. Don't be offended.
It's true.
Know your fucking place.
That's why you stand next to them.
Yes, because it's
Top
immediate.
tip, stand next to them.
Life
As soon as they're giving the change, you go, can I get them? And they go, oh yeah, cool.
That's
no
the move.
worries, mate.
Also, when you are waiting at a bar, just general because I hate tourists, but I call them tourists, people that come out for Christmas.
Right.
And they don't know bar etiquette.
Okay.
They have the drink and sit there chatting like, no, get your drink and fuck off.
Oh, from the bar?
Yeah. But remember, you're looking at one barmaid or one barman. They're looking at a bar full of people.
Yeah.
So for them, they don't know how long you've been waiting.
No.
It could have been 2 minutes. It could have been 15 minutes.
They're not Professor Stephen Hawking.
Exactly.
they don't have a photographic mind to counter how long you've been there, write a pie chart and go, you are correct.
I get it's frustrating. And some people are training, some people are new, some people don't know where the things are on the machine, some people don't know what's in your drink if you ask for a certain drink. I went to Subway and asked for a pizziola, and the woman looked at me and I said 3 times, like, what are you asking for? Pizziola. She's like, okay. What bread? I told her the bread. And then she was like, what was it again? Pizziola. And then I knew, like straight away, you can tell, okay, you haven't done one before, you knew. And then the guy came over and showed her. And then she didn't put the chicken on there. So she toasted cheese and pepperoni. And then he was like, do you mind if I microwave it? I'm like, dude, crack on, don't worry about it. I'm sorry, I'm like, dude, it's fine, don't worry about it. Like, people, you're going through training, you need to learn. I'm not going to be like, no, fuck you.
That is the worst environment to learn, though, public facing.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Yeah, but like, just understand that.
But again, you've had a year off.
Yeah.
Don't moan if you work in a shop that it's now busy. Again, because you've had a year off.
I still think if you've worked the whole way through lockdown, they should just give everyone a month off.
Paid.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Because there are people who've worked consistently the last year. They fucking deserve a month off. Because there's people like me who just dolled around doing living their best life.
Walking a lot.
It's been fucking great, but like I'm not all of a sudden going to be like, oh, I've got to work.
Yeah.
What?
But you've also had the downside of not getting paid.
Well, yeah, there's been that. I got furlough for 3 months.
I didn't get any furlough for any months. Nothing.
Yeah. That's because your ex-employers were assholes to you.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. I got nothing. I got a Boris loan.
I did see also there was Drayton Manor, it's a theme park by us in our town. And I only saw it because it was on Facebook. I don't follow them on Facebook, but someone I knew had commented on it. So it came up on the thing. And everyone's complaining, like, oh, I went there yesterday, it was really busy. There's like an hour queue for food. Like if you're in a queue, you are the queue. It's like you're saying traffic's really bad. You are traffic. You being there is creating traffic.
All I've seen for Drayton Manor is people asking for free tickets.
I mean, it's not hard to get. Everyone knows someone who.
You know what I mean? That's literally they've just come out of the brink of bankruptcy. This is probably why.
Yeah.
Maybe stop giving away the free tickets.
Yeah.
And then perhaps you know.
It's not that expensive for what you get there either, is it?
I haven't been to Drayton Manor for many years.
I can't remember the last time. I love Drayton Manor. It's fucking
many
I love
years.
theme parks.
I honestly can't remember.
Should we go? We'll do a fucking Arch of the Devil special.
I honestly can't remember last time I went.
How are you on roller coasters? Do you scream?
I hate them.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're doing this.
I hate them. I won't go on them.
We're doing
mostly because I'm not in control of it.
That's fair.
When I'm going fast in a car, it's different because I'm in control.
What if you're on a plane? Do you scream the whole time?
No, but it's not the same as being fucking on the outside of the plane.
To be fair, you're probably going faster than you are on a roller coaster.
Yeah, right. Also that as well. But yeah, if I was strapped on the wings of a plane, might be a different story.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I just don't.
I love roller coasters.
It might have been just a bit of a, when you get to a certain age, ugh. Roller coasters are so last year.
No.
And then I just never got back into it.
I let the child within me speak freely.
Maybe we should do
and
that.
loudly. I'm down. Fucking love a roller coaster.
We should go. I don't know. I'll just not.
I remember when I was the first time on Nemesis at Alton Towers when it was new as well, and we queued up for like 3 hours to get on there. I closed my eyes the whole time.
That's probably what I'll do.
Just petrified. But now I'm just like, I'm fucking in. I've been on some sketchy roller coasters as well. One in Brooklyn, it was like the oldest roller coaster of that frame or that material. I think I can't remember if it was wooden or something in America.
Right.
And it rattled.
That
like
already sounds...
honestly...
If your selling point is the oldest roller coaster in the country...
Sign me up.
That already says to me, probably not.
Yeah. Which, retrospectively, would have been the smarter decision.
No.
But, yeah. And I went on one... me and Lombardi went to... I think it was Brighton or Blackpool. I think it was Blackpool. And there's one at the end of the pier. We went on that. And I had whiplash.
What?
Because it was awful. It was literally just... You know when they're like... They just don't maintain it. There's just... We built a roller coaster once. We watched a YouTube video. Put it together. And I was just shaking around, like fucking smacking bones off everything. And my head just got whiplash.
No.
I rattled my brain around.
No.
Can I go again, please?
That makes... Have you seen the one in fucking Vegas?
Yeah, on the side of the building.
Yeah.
That one I wouldn't do.
And then it just looks as old as Vegas.
Yeah.
It looks terrifying.
Yeah, no.
But like in a sense of maintenance.
Yeah.
Not as in...
Because the biggest one, there's loads in America. They've got all like four flags and 6 flags and stuff like that. And the biggest one, I can't remember if it's the Hulk. It might be in Japan now. It goes and it's just literally like a loop and goes round again. But it's the tallest one.
No.
No. I don't know.
That and going in the sea? No.
Going in the sea, no, because I can't swim.
No. Oh, the swimming pools were open 7 till 7.
What happens at 8? COVID comes out.
I think they all go home. It's nothing to do with COVID. They're just open. They're just open 7 till 7.
Okay, then. I can't swim, so I'm not going to go.
I remember I asked you the other day, and you said I'm probably the worst person to ask.
Oh, okay.
That's why I had a look.
Oh, okay.
And they're open 7 till 7, which is no good to me.
I don't remember you asking.
It's not early enough.
Or late enough.
Late enough, yeah. But no, I'd rather go in the morning.
Oh, okay, then.
But it's no good to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just thought I'd let you know.
I
If you want to
appreciate
go and
that.
learn to swim.
Well, at least they know now.
If anyone wants to go swimming in Tamworth at the snowdown, it's open 7 till 7.
That one swimming pool, that is not like a global...
I don't know.
Like a universal country
I didn't look, because I'm not going swimming in Northampton. I'm going swimming in Tamworth.
What about Lichfield?
Why would I go to Lichfield?
Why wouldn't you?
Is there even a swimming pool in
I'm
Lichfield?
guessing so. I'm guessing every town has a swimming pool. I haven't been swimming since the 90s. I don't know.
Well, you can't swim, so you've technically never been
why
swimming.
I have been swimming. I got my green badge.
Right.
Was it green the first
I
one?
have no idea.
Was it red badge first?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When you were at school and you're learning to swim,
How did you not learn to swim when our school had a pool?
I didn't swim at our school. I swam in the school before it. When I was at junior school.
Well, again, you didn't.
Well, no, I did.
Right.
I went swimming.
Right.
Got my, I think it's red badge first and then green. And when I was doing my green badge, when you go to the deep end, I just kept having real bad ear problems.
Right.
Because I didn't really know the extent of it at that point. And then went to the doctors and they were like, yeah, you shouldn't swim. And I was like, oh, okay. So after that, I didn't go swimming.
I feel sad.
Why?
Because swimming's great.
Cool, enjoy it.
I do.
Then
But I'm really unfit for swimming.
the thing is,
It's hard work, swimming is.
being here, being landlocked, doesn't really bother me that I can't swim. It's only when I've been traveling, I was like in island hopping in Thailand, and everyone's going snorkeling and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that'll be nice. But then I just sat in the boat and drink instead.
Yeah, but
There's only been,
it'd be nicer if you, drowning or something. Then it'd be nice to be able to swim.
but I don't put myself in situations where I could drown.
You never know.
Well, I don't put myself in
If
situations.
it's a Sharknado,
If that happens, then my worry will be sharks, not the water. Actually, no, my worry will be the water. I'm like, sharks are cool, I can ride one,
but you might drown.
but I might drown.
So you'd need the shark to stay alive
Theoretically,
rather than swimming away, not dying due to sharks and the water.
have you seen Seaspiracy yet?
No.
I watched
Have
half.
you watched it?
I watched half of it and was paying zero attention.
I watched there was a Gordon Ramsay thing I seen. I think it's quite an old one.
Okay,
And he went to
a place.
China, I think it was.
Right, okay.
Where they was doing all the shark fin
Yeah,
soup
yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. And I watched that, and he came back to London then to create this I guess it's like a charity thing. And he got like to get the local restaurants to try and take shark fin soup off the menu.
Yeah.
Because literally, like, it'll be a massive shark, and they'll cut the 2 tips off,
That's
and then they just launch the rest in the... But they don't even launch it in the sea, because they're not allowed. They have to bring it back to land.
Yeah.
Which makes even less sense.
But if it goes to sea, it's not going to be able to do anything other than just think.
Yeah, but at least the other fish can eat it.
Yeah.
So, it does do something, rather than just bringing it back to the... And then they just launch it on the side of the docks and go, oh...
Yeah, there's a thing...
And that's it.
In Iceland, because they do whale, like fermented whale, but only tourists eat it, because they think Icelandic people eat it. So they don't do it for the locals. Like, I lived there for a year, and nowhere I went did I really see it on the menu. And if you do, it's expensive there anyway. It's hella expensive for whale, but it is just a delicacy for tourists. And that's why, because it got banned there, and then they carried on sneakily doing it. Japan as well. Japan are like biggest in the world for whaling.
Yeah, because it was Japan and China where all these shark fins go. Yeah. And then I've just seen thousands and thousands of these shark fins. They were drawing them on the roof, and he managed to somehow break into this building. I
mean, the thing is, if people stop eating it, there'll be stop being demand for it.
That's the thing. And he took off the menu in London. Yeah. And I think there was 2 out of the 10 that didn't, but the 8 did. Because he showed this video to all these high-ranking Chinese people in the community and all that sort of stuff, and they was like, we need to stop it. But I assume that was just the week before everyone started going on about this Seaspiracy.
Right, okay then.
And I assumed it was along the lines of that.
Right. Okay.
So I never really
There is
watched
a bit in it where I will watch it properly. I just didn't watch it properly when I did watch it. But there was a bit in there with they're on about that, and there's a guy like holding the fins. You can buy them because they do them for like medicines as well.
Yeah, it's. I think in China it's a delicacy, but I think in Japan they use it for like impotency and to help like Viagra and all that sort of shit. And it's all bullshit. Like there's no medical science behind it. It's just that fucking shaman told me one day that it gave me a big dick, and I've been having it ever since. And then that just gets passed down through the generations.
We should do that. What could we sell? Grass. it's really easy to come by.
Yeah, I mean, we could lie about why we're so tall.
Yeah, just
eat this.
Eat this, yeah.
But no, I don't want to watch it because I don't necessarily like animal cruelty. Obviously, no one likes animal cruelty, but I don't want to go out and seek watching it. Do you know what I mean? Like
when I watched Cowspiracy, which is the first one, I stopped eating like cow for about a year and a half. And then the only reason I started again was because I forgot what I watched. Like literally, it took a year and a half for the effect of like the way I felt.
That's the other reason why I don't want to watch it.
You don't want to stop eating it.
I don't eat a lot of fish.
I don't
eat
seafood. I eat sushi, but I don't eat sushi because of the fish. If you replaced it with vegetables, I'd still eat it.
Well, isn't sushi mostly rice anyway?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So for me, if it was vegetarian sushi, it would make
no difference.
Zero fucking difference to me.
I don't want to. I eat a bit of fish from the chip shop. If I have a chippy tea.
I used to love when I was a kid. And
I don't even know that's fish.
Chips from the chip shop, and there's a bit of the batter in there. From the fish. I used to love that. It's like you won. It was like when you get straight fries and an odd curly comes in.
You can ask for batter bits.
Can you?
Yeah. And they'll just give you like a bag of batter bits.
I wouldn't now. But like when I was a kid, it was like winning a prize. It was like the toy at the bottom of your cereal.
But I don't know if...
but you can eat it.
I don't know if the chip shop fish is even fish. I don't think it's cod anymore. I think cod's basically like gold.
No, really?
I think they trade in cod now instead of gold because cod's more valuable.
Oh, okay then.
Because it's just been overfished so much.
Which is the badass one? Is it salmon? It spends its life
swimming against the
just to be able to Scarlet's him.
I don't really like salmon. Door's gonna bang.
There you go.
I don't really like salmon that much. It doesn't
I
really have that much of a taste to it.
I hate the smell. I hate the taste.
I eat prawns.
I hate the texture more than anything else.
And that's about it. I don't really eat, like, I'm not a massive, like, lobster or crab or fucking...
I want to try, I think I had lobster once, but it wasn't mine. Someone else had one and I tried a bit of it. And it was all right, but I wouldn't...
Yeah, but I had one at a posh hotel. And I'd never had it before, and I had like surf and turf, so nice bit of sirloin steak.
What's surf and turf?
Surf and turf is basically surf, so something at the sea.
Oh.
And turf.
Something from the ground?
Something from the ground. Usually it's steak and shrimp, or steak and lobster, or something like that. And I had a piece of sirloin steak and a half a lobster. I don't know why you get half, but half a lobster.
I mean, I'm guessing.
And it literally comes cut in half.
It's weird that you can go to places and pick your lobster first.
Yes, see,
that's really weird.
No,
that's like saying, "I want a burger." Okay, cool. Pick what cow you want to eat.
Yeah, and if that was the case, nobody would do it.
Yeah. Scarlett, make a life choice.
Sit down, behave. What's in trouble?
So yesterday, you messaged me.
Yes, it was a sad day.
I mean, it was a day.
It was a sad day. It was a sad day.
It was a sad day.
Because a granddad, a father, a great-grandfather was laid to rest.
Yes.
Who just happened to be married to the Queen.
Yes.
And I had a very emotional day.
Yeah. Because I asked you, I can't remember if it was on the podcast or I asked you, I think I rang you the day before and said you're going to watch it. And you were like, probably. But then you were in.
I was watching it pretty much. I think the funeral started at...
I turned it on and I only watched it to be able to talk about it today.
Right.
I would never have watched it otherwise. I was doing podcast stuff anyway. And I had my headphones on and stuff like that. So I was like, right, I'll put it on. So I put it on my TV in the background, but then did fully immerse myself into it.
Oh, you started watching it from about 2 o'clock.
I think
when
I was
all
about
the when all the guards and that was that got me more than the funeral.
It was. I will say it was a beautiful service.
Yeah.
They lost me on the Jesus stuff.
Yeah, and I think apparently they were into their...
She's going to knock that camera.
I think she might. Lie down.
Do you want to let her out and I'll just cut this bit out?
No, it's fine.
Wait till she knocks the camera.
Yeah, I think it's the ceremony and the like how proud they are. Because what I found out, which I didn't realise, was when you sign up for the armed forces, you pledge allegiance to the Queen, not to the country.
Yeah, no, I knew
which
that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
that's why it's Her Royal Majesty's.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. So obviously when he died, he was the lead, he was in the RAF.
Yeah.
And he was so it's basically like the Queen's...
Was he in the Navy?
Sorry, the Navy, not the RAF. So he was the Queen's husband. And he's like, obviously, as big deal as her because he's the Queen's husband and he's one of their own. So it was a bit, you know what I mean? Like, it was all a bit fucking, it just, like, you could just tell the people there were so proud to be doing it. And they'd obviously trained hard. And, like, he'd been planning that for 19 years.
I know,
funeral.
I mean, that was when he was 80.
That's
so
crazy,
I guess at that
isn't it?
point, I mean, did he plan it for 19 years or did he plan it 19 years ago?
I think he just started planning it 19 years ago and was like, but you imagine, he's like, right, this is what I want. So then regiments started training for it.
Yeah.
I bet they're not even in the army in that anymore.
Yeah,
They started
the people
training
that
for
were.
that. They've just passed it on and passed it on and like, fucking hell, he's still going.
Yeah.
Still going.
But there was one thing they were saying about how had he stayed, like how far do they think he would have advanced? And they were saying like admiral and stuff like that. He was very good at that job when he was serving. And it was like the service itself, like the bugle and everything else, because you don't get that regular folks.
No.
The Amazing Grace on bagpipes fucking banged.
So I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah, no, I got like it was
just a noise.
That was banging. I was like proper like this is really that got me. That was the only thing that really got me.
Normally bagpipes get me.
Yeah, bagpipes.
You can be like quite. And then as the bagpipes start, you're like, oh, for fuck's sake! But no, it was the whole marching and the music. As soon as they was all lined up on the lawn.
Yeah.
And then it was silent. You couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
You could literally hear the horses breathing heavy because that's how quiet it was in there.
Yeah.
And you could hear that Land Rover ticking over because there was thousands of people in there and it was just silent.
That was the other thing because I kept saying it was like 30 people, but then with security, with camera crew, with everything else, that's not 30 people.
No, in the church.
Even in the church, there's still going to be camera crew.
There was barely anyone in there.
The one thing that did make me think, and I get we're out of that level of lockdown now, so it's those rules maybe not apply, but it did make me think of the amount of people who had to have Zoom funerals.
With just them?
Because 127,000 people have passed away in this country from COVID. And I think my uncle passed away last year and had to go to it was a social distance funeral. We couldn't go in. We had to stand outside. I was with my dad, just making sure he was okay. And I think with a lot of people who've had to go to or not be able to go to funerals in the last year, there was definitely that part of it that kind of like, it was a bit it reminded everyone of it. You know what I mean? Like everyone's been to a funeral or
it was mad because like seeing the Queen in a mask.
Yeah.
Fucking mental. But and then seeing her sat on her own as well.
That was the thing. Seeing her by herself was... Because I think, again, like I know people... Probably people who know me more outside of the podcast would be like expecting me to be fully hatred on them and stuff like that. But I saw a 94-year-old woman who lost her husband.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And then had to sit on her own in church.
Had to sit on her own. And when she had her head down, you couldn't see the top of her hat and stuff like that. It was heartbreaking. That was really... And she's making sure everyone else is okay and stuff. And like, that was really fucking sad.
It was bad. And that's what I mean. Queen or not.
Yeah.
She's still a little old lady.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think even almost more so because she is the Queen. And the fact that they were married for 76 years, was it?
Yeah.
That's insane. And she released that picture of them together in Scotland. They're looking super happy and just like a cute couple and stuff. And
I think they said the first time they ever seen the Queen cry was when, the Royal Britannia, the boat.
Yeah.
They decommissioned it. And she got upset because obviously she'd spent a lot of time on it, whatever, because that was back in the day before planes were a thing and all that sort of stuff. And then, because she's the Queen, she's not supposed to cry.
Yeah.
She's the sovereign of our nation. She's strong. Do you know what I mean? But then she's a 94-year-old woman who's just lost her husband who's 75 years.
Yeah.
Literally, he's the only thing she's ever known.
Yeah, yeah.
And she can't even fucking get a hug off her daughter or son or nothing. Yeah. And it was like,
well, I'm presuming after, because the thing is, there was a big thing about how they've been, vigilant about speaking out about social distancing and COVID and everything else. So almost setting an example.
Yeah.
What happened afterwards is, if they did hug, I hope they did.
I'd imagine they would.
You know what I mean? Because there's obviously a lot of things with Will and Harry as well, because it was the first time. I did see a thing today, fucking, in the newspaper.
Go on.
Scarlett's out.
Fucking troublemaker.
Where was it? Oh. Kate Middleton's pearl necklace is a touching tribute to Prince Philip. The Duchess previously wore the necklace to celebrate the Queen and Prince Philip's 70th wedding anniversary. So she had a pearl necklace on.
Because she's wore it again?
Yeah, they're on about how it was a touching tribute. And Meghan apparently had arranged a floral wreath with flowers that represented Greece, where he was born, seafaring, remembrance, loss and love, and handwritten note. Nothing about that.
Oh, okay.
I saw that in the comments afterwards.
It was probably about how fucking miserable cow didn't turn up, this, that, and the other, when nobody realised it's because she's heavily pregnant.
Heavily pregnant. During a pandemic also.
But I think the biggest thing that people will talk about is the fact that Queen was sat on her own.
Yeah. That will be the lasting image of it, is her. Because she looks so small as well.
Yeah. And
she looks so small.
William and Harry walking up the hill talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Like side by side. And I think that'll be...
Yeah.
To be fair, they're brothers. Do you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
All that is hyped up.
Yeah, no,
in
completely.
The press.
Like, I've no doubt they've spoken beforehand.
Of course they have.
But there's no,
they probably spoke the day it came out, and he was like, "Harry, what the fuck's this shit?" Like, do you know what I mean? Did you see them all bowing to the as they was walking out of the church? They was all stopping and bowing to what I assume is the altar.
Yes.
And Harry just walked straight past.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh God!" I just can't.
So I would have been like,
he's like, "Whatever."
Honestly, so with my parents Sikh, I was brought up Sikh. I stopped believing in God. Not that I ever did believe in God, but I was told God existed, and I was like, cool, because I was this big. I was 11 years old. I remember exactly where I was the moment I stopped believing in God.
Right.
And it wasn't like a big, profound thing. I just thought about it and went, well, that's ridiculous. And that's all it was. Like, for 1 minute, just stopped and actually thought about God. And the more if I ever have conversations with people, and people are like, it could. I'm like, no, you're a fucking idiot. It cannot exist. It cannot exist. But we've, they go to temple and stuff like that. So visit when my sister got married or funerals and stuff like that. So I've been to, Sikh temples a lot in my life just for family events. And when you go in, you have to cover your head. You can't wear shoes. And you're meant to give a donation to the temple and bow. So I don't bow.
Right.
I used to, because I didn't really understand when I was younger. And then for about 20 years now, I haven't. And my dad always gets fucking, you have to bow. No, I don't.
It gets mad at you?
Yeah.
Are they religious, or is it just when they're there, they turn it on?
They've got older.
Right.
So my dad's got more religious as he's got older, which is strange because my dad's a very science, smart, intelligent person. So I find it ironic that he believes in God.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And more so, I'm just like, oh, really? The God that you believe in, that's the real one? And it's got nothing to do with the fact that you were born in a place where that's the religion there.
Yeah.
He was born in northern India where everyone's Sikh. Isn't that convenient? You happen to be born in the place where your God's from.
Yeah.
Not from, but yeah, you know what I mean? My mum, again, is probably my sister as well as religious. My brother, I don't know. I always thought my brother wasn't. But I don't know now if he is or isn't. We've never really had the conversation, but I never have been. And I think my mum used to always have that thing of like, and I heard now people are like, oh, so you're Sikh? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, but you were raised Sikh. I'm like, that doesn't mean I'm, it's like, if I was a meat eater and then became vegetarian, people be like, yeah, but you ate meat once, so you're a meat eater? Like, it doesn't work like that. But yeah, so no, I've never bowed. So I'm like, I've had this conversation before because you were saying, would you bow to the Queen? I don't bow to anyone, period.
There was a guy at work the other day.
Oral sex is the only time I'll bow.
He was a Sikh guy with the
turban.
The turban on. And he came to look at some water or something. I don't know what it was. He's an engineer guy. And one of the other guys said to me, oh, that guy up there, he's come to look at the water. I was like, oh, which guy? He went, the Indian guy, the Sikh guy, you know, the guy with the turban on. I was like, what's his name? Oh, it's, I can't remember what, because Steve or whatever. I can't remember what he went. I went, so Steve then.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need to describe what
Every
he looks
part
like.
of him. Yeah.
Just tell me his name, and I'll go, oh, yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
Or which one, Steve? That guy there.
So even with that said, if there's only one guy with a turban, then at least you know which one it is.
Start with that, maybe.
Yeah, but if
he's Indian. Is he Pakistani? Is he Indian? I'm not sure.
Here's his religion.
Just say, is he the brown guy?
Here's his shoes.
Yeah.
Here's his weight.
It was literally like, he went through everything, and I was like, what's his name?
Like, if I saw 10 people and one of them had a pink hat on, I'd be like, the guy in the pink hat.
Yeah, the white guy there with the, oh no, I can't say that. He's got clothes on. Yeah, it's just fucking. I was
if
like,
someone
mate.
was to say Archer the Devil, and they're like, which one's the devil? The one with the long hair?
Well, yeah.
That's it, you know what I mean? Or the brown one?
They wouldn't go, which one's
well.
Archer? The white guy. That wouldn't. They'd still describe you.
He's not the one who's got the makeup and the long hair.
Exactly. If someone described me and you, they would always, even regardless of who was asked,
Do you reckon?
they would still describe you, because I'm just a normal white guy and looks like everyone else.
You're a default character on a computer
Exactly.
game. Yeah.
Whereas they go, which one's Archer, which one's the devil? Bearing in mind, if you've never looked at this,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
You wouldn't have to.
If all of a
you
sudden
wouldn't really ask the question.
if you showed them the picture, they'd be like, oh, I get it. You know what I mean? At no point would they look at you and go,
Oh, is that Archer?
is he not the devil?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a bit fucking crazy. But no,
Apparently as well, Prince Philip was hoping, I say hoping, I'm putting words in his mouth, but he was like, he wanted to die before he hit 100 as well.
What?
Because he didn't want the whole
Issue with with his missus?
Not the issue of like, is she going to give me the letter? Is she not? Is she going to give me the the toe slip as you put last week? But I think he just didn't want the fuss of it. Of like him becoming 100. But the whole thing, apparently, he's not into the whole royal family thing. He's just
he's
quite
probably
down to
over
earth.
it now, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, he's had 75 years of it. It's probably a bit like, ugh.
Played out.
Yeah, it's not being a gynecologist, isn't it?
And if he's been planning his funeral for 20 years, so then he's been waiting to die for 20 years, essentially.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Yeah, so, but apparently he wanted to go. But I did also hear a conspiracy theory. That, because in his later years, he didn't look too fresh.
That's very true. He looked more and more like Mr. Burns.
Yeah. Had died 10 years ago.
Yeah. If you ever see a picture of one of when people roll out one of the Rothschilds.
Yes.
That's basically, all of them, they're all the same person.
Yeah, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds.
Prince Philip.
Yeah.
It's all the same person. Sunken eyes, looks a bit, a bit of a pointy nose.
The Rockefeller, I can't remember I think it was David, when he died, he had like 7 heart transplants or something before he died. He was like, just run out of kids.
Yeah.
In the end. But I read a conspiracy theory, sorry, not a rumour.
A Prince Philip related one.
Yeah, that he died a while ago.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not saying they reanimated his corpse. I'm not saying that. But I'm also not saying they didn't do that.
Is that what people are saying?
That's what people have said. And that they were waiting for a reason to announce his death. And obviously, Harry, Meghan, Oprah. Now, it's almost like the royals are going out of favour publicly. There's a lot of people now.
Oh, we need some sympathy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Phil.
Sorry, Phil. Now's the time.
See, that's what happens with the Kardashians. They have a board on the wall, right? And it'll say sex change, marry a rapper, mental
Sex tape.
breakdown, sex tape.
Yeah.
And because she's got so many kids.
Yeah.
She's like, girls, we're going a bit out of fucking fashion here. One of you's going to have eating disorder. One of you's, and then literally they just go down, and then one of them goes, there's literally
It's my turn.
sex change left.
It's my turn, right? Yeah.
And there's only you, Bruce, that's not been.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck, really? And she's like, all right then, book me in. And then that's it. And then Bruce has the sex change. And now Kardashians is finished because there's nothing left.
Oh, they've ticked off everything now.
Everything's ticked off.
Everything's
There's literally
done.
2 billionaires. You know what I
Yes.
mean? She's fucked Kanye F.
Is it, who are the two? Is it
Kylie and
Kim? Yeah.
She's fucked Kanye off. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's not much left that they
Yeah.
can do to keep themselves relevant.
Yeah.
Bruce is kind of, he was on I'm a Celebrity.
You can't say Bruce anymore.
Caitlyn, sorry.
Yeah.
Caitlyn was on I'm a Celebrity. So she's...
Was she?
Yeah, she was in the jungle. So there's not a lot, you know what I mean? It's like, well, where do we go from here? So that's what we're saying has happened to Prince Philip.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay.
I want to put on the record, disclaimer, I am not saying that he died 10 years ago and then made a robotic element within him to have him as an animated corpse to roll
That
around.
would make sense remember when he crashed?
Yeah, dude.
Lost Wi-Fi signal.
That's what it was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's out of range.
Because he was right on the end of the property.
And you could see the people like, come in, Philip.
And he's just gone...
Yeah.
And then just gone
Crashed.
bang straight
Yeah.
into that couple.
And that's why the picture of him was like this.
Yeah.
He was rebooting.
Secret Service has caught up with him. So the hotspots kicked in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
I
he's
do
gone,
think there should be a thing. If you're 18, 17 before you can learn to drive, they should eliminate 17 years from the average age of death and say that's your license gone now.
what?
Like you should get to a point in age
Yeah.
where you can't drive anymore.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a woman who parks a car, a lady, an old lady, who parks a car on my road. And there was once I was driving around the corner and there was a car there and what I thought was traffic.
Right.
And I was like, why are they not moving? And then I realised, because I recognised the car after a minute and was like, no. So I went round it and she just parked. Like she'd come to the junction.
it was just stopped
She
in the
came
middle.
came to the junction and was like, cool, I need to go do my shopping. And went to the shop, just left the car there. I'm like, mate, what are you doing? So I think there has to come a point where you can just no longer drive.
Some older people in my life have determined that themselves.
See, I haven't got older people in my life, so
But there's a lot of stubborn people out there as well.
Yeah.
Like my dad. At no point will my dad voluntarily hand
give
his
up
keys
And I
over.
get that.
He won't.
My dad's 66 in July. And it's still, I mean, he's a slow fucking driver now.
But that's the thing, it just gets
He's such
slower
a slow
and
driver.
slower and slower.
I remember.
Then they become a dash cam wanker because
Yeah.
like, all these accidents keep happening around me and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I need myself a dash cam.
Yeah.
And then all they do then is capture accidents around them,
Yeah.
not realising they're the reason why.
And my dad doesn't indicate either.
Ugh.
And if I'm in the car with him, I'm like, fucking indicate. He's like, I don't need to. I'm like, look, it's people like you I shout at all the time. There's one roundabout. You know the roundabout by the cinema?
Yes.
And if you're coming from the train station, people
Yeah.
always turn left.
Yeah.
Well, just fucking indicate.
Yeah.
You've literally got a thing there. Just press it. Press it.
It's there.
Just press it when you're
Literally,
turning your wheel,
It's
even
in
if
an
you need to.
ergonomically designed place for it's easy for you to
Yeah.
use.
So he doesn't indicate. I have to shout at him if I'm in the car with him. Because he's like, I know where I'm going. Like, cool. No one else. No one else does.
I know where I'm going. Brilliant.
So that's what he's like, though.
Imagine if he was a pilot.
Honestly.
Just get on the plane. Where we going? Doesn't matter.
I know where we're going. And we went to Cambridge once. He brought a van. He loves the van. My dad does. And he was like, I've got a van in Cambridge. I need to pick it up. So you have to drive him. I'm like, cool, okay. So drove down, got the van. And he's like, right, stay behind me just in case anything goes wrong with it. Because it wasn't a new van. It was a used van. So I'm like, sound okay.
Yeah.
Every single car in the world went past us. You know, because normally I am quite a fast driver.
Did you drive down there?
I drove us down there.
Oh, okay.
And then he
drove the van
got his
back.
van. He drove his van back, and I had to stay behind him.
Yeah.
Honestly, it took us about how far Cambridge from here, about an hour.
Right.
I'd say to get there, and it must have been an hour 45 to get back.
Really?
And there wasn't that much traffic. But you know when you look in your rearview mirror and it's empty because everyone's in front of you. Like normally, my rearview mirror is all the other cars.
Yeah.
Because I do go the speed limit.
Yeah.
All the time.
Unless in Mexico when we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but generally, I'm one of the faster cars on the road, right?
Keeping up with traffic, some would say.
Yeah. No, not with him.
No.
And he's always just in the left lane. Always. There'll be a lorry in front of him. You know, there's cars. There's a lorry there who can't see you, and you're here, right behind him.
Yeah.
That's my dad.
Really?
And I'm like, dude. And I'm like, he's in front of me there, so I can't even shout at him. And I'm like flashing him, honking my horn. And we got back. I'm like, I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing that again. I'm never, ever. If me and my dad go somewhere and we have to meet up there because he's going somewhere afterwards, just says he's going to play golf. I'll be like, okay, I'll drive there, I'll meet you there, and we'll go and do what we need to do, and then I'll come back. I'll be waiting for 20 minutes. 100%.
And you're always late as well.
I'm always late, and I'll still be... like, normally now, I'm like, you go.
I'll catch you up.
Oh, yeah, I'll meet you there in half an hour.
And you're still there before him?
Yeah.
My dad's got a new car. I don't know if I've talked about it already, but it's...
You haven't? What's he got?
It's a hybrid.
Oh, okay. Prius.
No, it's a Honda Jazz.
Jazz.
And he hates everything about it.
Oh, really?
He absolutely detests it. We went to look at it.
How long has he had it?
I think we went to look at it last year.
Okay.
Because I remember the guy couldn't come out with us in the car to test drive it.
COVID and stuff.
And because it's an automatic, my dad had never driven an automatic before, so he was a bit worried about how it works and all this sort of stuff. So he asked me to go with him, which is quite rare for my dad to ask me to go anywhere. So I was like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
So we went over to the dealership because my dad only ever buys new cars. And he'll only ever buy the middle spec.
Yeah.
Not the bottom spec or the top spec. Top spec, I don't need all that. Bottom spec, oh no, it's a bit poverty. So it always goes middle.
Right, okay.
It doesn't matter.
He
doesn't even know what's involved.
No.
But he will still just
He'll go in. What's the middle one? That's the one I want.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what it has? No. As long as it's the middle one.
I don't want to overspend. Yeah. Don't want the top spec. Give me the middle one.
Yeah.
I'm not poor, I don't need the bottom spec. Give me the middle spec. He doesn't know what it is. Doesn't know what any of this stuff does. That's amazing. Right? So the guy goes, I can't come out with you. I was like, that's no problem. I says he's a bit nervous about driving it because he's not driven automatic. Okay, cool. So it's like a battery powered car, but it's got a small engine as well, so you don't have to charge it.
Yeah.
Which also means it's fucking rapid, right? Because it's battery powered. It's only a little Honda Jazz thing. It's quite small anyway, but it's nippy, right? And the dealership just happens to be on a dual carriageway in Solihull. I was like, fucking get in. So I jumped in the car. My dad hates getting in the car with me as well. So I jumped in it and I was like, come on then. I was like, are you ready?
Did your dad acknowledge that you're a better driver than him?
I don't know if I am.
Yeah, but given your history with driving,
but
surely you're a better driver than him.
Yeah, but my dad's also a tanker driver for 35 years.
True. Okay.
So he can reverse a trailer with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I only aspire to be the trailer man that he can ever be.
Okay.
But it's... I jumped in, right? So I've never seen a man put his seatbelt on and double check it so many times, right? He's putting the seatbelt on, and I was like, right, you ready? He's like, ready for what? I said, well, we're going to go now. I says, but it's a dual carriageway, so I'm going to have to put my foot down.
So you were driving it?
I was driving it because I says, I'll drive it so you can see how it works and what we need to do, and I'll talk you through it, then we'll swap over. And, Okay, yeah, no worries. So I was, are you ready? He was like, yeah. And his knuckles went white because he held onto the side of the seat.
That's amazing.
And I nailed the throttle and it fucking took off, mate. It was rapid. Bloody hell. He said, slow down. I was doing like 45.
Yeah.
I was like, slow down. I was like, Dad, it's fine. But anyway, it was quick because it was battery powered. So it's instant. It doesn't have a gearbox.
Yeah.
It's even though it's got a petrol engine, they've got this mad gearbox that's like one gear.
Yeah.
But it bullshits you with gear changes. So it sounds like it's changing gear, but all it is noise.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just a single drive. So you'll boot it and it'll rev to like 7,000, and then there'll be this weird noise, and then it just keeps going, and it's fucking quick. And my dad was fucking terrified. He was terrified, and you looked at the dash and it was just a screen.
Oh, okay.
The only knob on the whole dashboard was the radio on.
Yeah,
that was it. Everything else was touchscreen. It got a heated steering wheel. He didn't know what any of this stuff was. Heated seats, aircon. He's like, I don't need all this shit. I was like, well, you pick the middle spec, not me.
Yeah.
Pick one down. Oh, no.
Not poverty.
So we went down the road and we swapped over. And he was like, well, what do I do? I was like, forget your left foot exists. I says, it's an automatic.
Yeah.
I says, just treat it as an accelerator and a brake with your right foot like you would. You just haven't got a clutch. Oh, okay. So he jumps in the... Honestly, he just fucking took off and it was sound. He loved it. The driving aspect of it. But everything else...
About the car?
He hates.
Right, okay.
I don't see why I need all this. It's all irrelevant. There's too much.
I'm like that with my car. I don't press half the things in my car.
He hates it.
Like, I haven't got a lot in there.
He literally drives it to town once a week.
Oh, really?
That's all he uses his car for. He still puts it in the garage at home.
Yeah.
He'll park it in the garage. He'll go shopping on a Tuesday, and he'll drive to Morrison's, maybe into town, for whatever reason, because he's old and he likes to go into town. And then he'll drive
That's what
home.
all people do.
Put it back in the garage, and then that's it. Then till the following Tuesday. That's it.
Fucking hell.
That's all he does.
My dad at the minute, because I've got my dad discovered eBay a few years ago. But he hasn't. My dad doesn't do the internet. He hasn't got Facebook or anything like that. So he was like, I need to buy something off eBay. So I was like, right, I'll sign you in on my account on your phone. I gave him my old iPhone. I bought a new iPhone. I gave him my old one, and he had like 6 apps on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't need anything.
Home screen. That's
yeah,
it.
like literally, it's messages and eBay, pretty much. But I can see what he searches for now.
Right,
I'm
okay.
logged in on his phone.
Yeah.
So if I go on eBay, I'll have a look. It's just golf stuff generally.
Yeah.
He's been looking at Teslas.
Has he?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But so I said to you, because the thing is, I know what he's looking at. So every once in a while, I'll be like, oh, Dad, you gonna buy a new Land Rover? No.
He's just looking.
Well, my whole search history is fucking Land Rovers. Just looking.
Right.
It's either golf stuff or car things. That's all it is. That's all he cares about. But he was looking at Teslas, so I was like, "You're gonna buy a Tesla?" He's like, "That's too much." It's like 75 grand. Because I'm only buying the X. If I buy one,
Yeah, the SUV one.
yeah,
That's the one I wanted.
I'm getting. But he was like, "They're too much."
They are still a little bit out of reach.
Yeah.
They are. But it's
I'm trying to convince him to get one.
My next door neighbour, but one's just bought one.
Really?
At the end, yeah.
Do you know Norway's got more than anywhere else in the world?
Teslas.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Norway has more per capita than anywhere else in the world.
That's all I've been seeing recently on the roads. 20 plates and 70 plates. That's all you see.
It's because everyone got their fucking furlough money when I'm going to buy a Tesla.
And they've all got that little green patch on the number
Yeah.
plates. Have you seen that? And
Yeah.
I was like to my neighbour, what's that for? He went, because it's electric. I was like, you're such a fucking... I know it's electric. It's a fucking Tesla.
Yeah.
I don't need a thing on the number plate to just rub it in my face even more.
Yeah.
But no, my dad, he's not. I went to see him this morning, actually. And we was talking about technology and all that sort of stuff. And he was talking about Asda doing the home delivery.
Yeah.
And I was saying I ordered a friend of mine ordered a cheesecake, and they bought a tiramisu instead.
Is that the replacement when they haven't got it?
But what you have to do is you can't complain on the app.
Okay.
So you have to take the item back to the store. Say,
So
I
just
don't
go
want
shopping?
it. I don't want this, and then they give you your money back. And my dad's exact words were, "And people put up with that." I was like, "Well, yeah." I was like, "I don't really know. What it's just you might as well go bloody shopping." Well, I know.
That's what to be fair, I'd rather go shopping. I don't like buying things online generally. If it's like a band t-shirt or something, generally they're the same, so I don't mind that. But with most things, I'd rather go shopping.
Well, that was why he was complaining, because he wants a new cooker, but none of the shops are open.
Oh, okay.
So I said, I'll bring my laptop down. We're like, I don't want to look online. It's not the same. I was like, it's literally a cooker.
Yeah.
It's not going to turn up and it's going to be pink.
The thing is, I'll go to a shop and have a look at something, then buy it online.
What?
Because then I know what I'm getting.
That makes even less sense.
No, because if I can get it cheaper online...
I mean, that makes more sense.
If it's just substantial.
Do you not do it in the shop?
If
do
it's
you
like
ever
a
do
fiver,
that?
do what? Trying to haggle them?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
No.
Don't you do that?
Not at like a proper shop. I'm not going to go to Argos and be like...
Oh, no, I'll go to Curry. If you go to Curry's...
Can you haggle there?
Yeah.
Oh, with stuff like that, I guess. Like,
and I go, look, I want to buy it from here, but I've just found it at
yeah. No. Yeah, when I brought my
let's
TV,
go.
was my TV's like... I've got a curved...
Right.
55-inch screen TV. So when I brought that, I had it on a TV for 3 years. It blew up. My old one did. And I was like, my logic was, I'm saving to go travelling, so I need to spend less money. So I'm going to go and buy £1,000 TV.
So you don't go out and
So I
spend
don't go out
money.
and spend money. Right,
Okay.
which kind of works in a backwards logic. And I'm still using the TV, so
Right.
long-term plan worked out.
Yeah.
But I looked around a fair bit for it and said to them, oh, it's cheap at this place. So they threw me loads of free shit in. I got a free stand.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sometimes you do. If
Stuff
you,
like that,
if
I'll
you
do
show
it.
it to them.
But I wouldn't go to like Wilkinson's and buy a fucking mop and be like, I see it's £5 on there, but how about...
What? That's what people do to me on fucking Facebook.
well,
What's your last price?
Your
What's your best
Facebook
price?
market thing is fucking phenomenal.
I wish I could post more.
You should do a separate podcast
I know.
just by yourself, 5 minutes a week,
know.
just about your Facebook marketplace adventures.
It just
That crack me the fuck up.
fucking people are so.
But that's just, I think, the overriding lesson here is that people are shit.
Oh, mate,
They're fucking idiots.
my mate gets me the stuff, and I sell it because he can't be bothered
To deal with the people.
with the people.
Yeah.
So then I deal with the people. And honestly, mate, that van I sold last week. Oh my god. But then the best of it is they turn up. I've always said if I sell a lot of electrical items online, right? Washing machines, fridges,
Vibrators,
yes,
cock wings.
all pre-used. Washing machines,
try them out
fridges, cookers, tumble dryers, and it's an electrical item.
I just splashed beer in my eye.
Well done, it's karma. So the people will always ask 2 questions. The first one, what's your last price?
Yeah.
And the second one, does it work? And it will always be in that order.
Yeah. And
They never ask, does it work first?
Yeah, yeah.
They just want, can I get this cheaper? Yeah, cool. Does it work? Okay, I'll have it.
Yeah.
No, does it work? Well, mostly. Oh, well, can I have it a bit cheaper then? Because how many people are selling stuff that doesn't work to the point where they have to ask, does it work?
Yeah.
It honestly blows my mind.
The thing is, like, surely if you're selling it and it's in the description that it works, you're not going to say then, no, it doesn't.
I mean, there's a lot of scammers.
Yeah, I saw, the only thing I really sold, I saw my Capri in 2019, and the amount of people who were like, I'll give you like £100 for it, like, no.
I know.
No.
But they haven't even looked at the car. Some people literally, one guy messaged me and said, does it have MOT? I was like, read the advert. And he's like, I'm Hungarian, I can't. What?
But you can.
And then he
send me that
said,
message.
so does it have MOT or not? And I was like, read the advert. He went, I can't read it. But you read in my replies.
Yeah.
You
How are you
already
gonna?
said.
How are you going to understand me saying it now if you can't understand it in the fucking
You
description?
literally messaged me saying MOT, yes or no. In the advert, it says no MOT.
Yeah.
So you've written what you need to read. So I just wrote back in capitals, read the advert. You're a nasty Englishman, he said. That's what he said.
He said you're a nasty Englishman.
Nasty Englishman because he's from Hungary.
Well,
He's
Hungary.
Hungarian.
Hungarian.
He's from Hungary. But yeah, you just get off.
I want to go
fucking
to
idiots.
Hungary.
Really? Why?
It looks nice.
Oh.
Side note.
See if you can see that guy.
Side note. Go and meet him over there.
they know what MOT
I'm guessing
is.
he's here
Yeah, that's true.
because he wasn't to come over from Hungary to get it and take it back there.
Not for a £500
Not for
van, no.
£500 van, no.
No, probably not.
You get $650 for it.
No.
Oh.
There was
Oh, you're talking about this, yeah.
yeah, there was a few issues that became apparent
Oh, shit.
during the test drive.
We're coming to the end. I want to complain
Uh-oh.
about David Cameron.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if you've seen about this, about Greensill.
I've heard bits, but I didn't really pay
There's
much
a guy
attention.
called Lex Greensill who had this company.
Lex Greensill.
That's his name.
Okay.
He's an Australian billionaire, and he has
Remember
this,
the name like that, he has to be a billionaire.
right.
Lex Greensill,
Yeah.
billionaire.
That's how he said it.
That's
every time.
how he's
That's
announced.
all his business card is. And David Cameron is a director on the board of this company. He has been since 2018.
In Australia?
I
Or
know-
in England?
Well, they're based in Australia, I'm guessing, but
Okay.
they're here. They're in this country.
Right.
And he's been on the board of directors since 2018. Right after, so I didn't realize this until today. Actually, you can only if you've run in government, if you've been a PM or anything like that, an MP, you can't go into that level of business for 2 years
Right.
after, because you can obviously make decisions that can benefit you in the immediate future. So you have to.
Oh, because you know you're potentially
Right.
going into it. Yeah.
So you have to wait a couple of years. So he just over the 2 year mark, and there was a thing where Rishi Sunak came out and said he'd had meetings. They have to declare it. They have to announce if they have part in this company. If you are an MP and you are part of a company, then you have to announce it.
After the 2 years?
No. So as soon as you're in, it's just you can't do it for 2 years.
Right.
If you've done it, so if you've done it before you're in Parliament as well, then you have to. When you're in Parliament, I've got these businesses that I'm part of, got shares in, whatever it is. They were trying to get a contract from the government for, I can't remember if it was 4 million or something like that. And the government were like, no. I think from the government's point of view, they were probably like, we've already got these, because that was for the NHS, I think. They wanted to help.
Right.
But obviously, there's people, he's been out of government for 5 years now. So the people who are in government, like Matt Hancock, for example, who we'll get to in a minute, have already got investments where they'd rather have their companies doing it. So they're like, fuck his company, we don't need him. So then he started lobbying, which is one thing he spoke against when he was in Parliament, when he was our Prime Minister, spoke out against lobbying, how bad it is that Parliament do it, the MPs do it, and now he's lobbying and meeting up with Rishi Sunak and texting him and taking him out for little lunches and stuff to try and get this company, this account. Now, this company's now gone bankrupt.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, either the government have said no because they've looked into this business and gone, they're desperate for us, so fuck it, it's too much of a risk. Or it was just they've got their own companies. So he's now being investigated, but being investigated internally by Tories.
Right.
So it's going to be the same thing as when the UK found out the UK wasn't racist because the UK checked.
Yes.
It's going to be the same thing. So that now the government's going to check and say, no, we're not corrupt. Who checked? We did.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Boris read the report. Boris said it was all good.
Yeah. It is like us saying, are we ethical on this podcast? And we'll go, hang on, we'll check. Yeah, no, we are very.
Well, like, are we ethical?
Well, yeah, we are. We try to be.
Yes.
Well,
you asked me and I answered.
There we go. So we've done an internal report now.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. That's literally how these internal reports go. And then it came out yesterday, I think, or the day before, that Matt Hancock's sister has a company that he owns 15% shares in. And they've had all, I can't remember the amount, but they've had all these fucking, I think it was 200,000 or 700,000. It was one of the two, like pounds of accounts to help through COVID and stuff like that. And basically, there's this big thing currently where, and they're playing to the rules, they're not breaking any rules, they're allowed to do this. And it's like, people are saying, like, oh, it's a bug in the system. It's like, it's not a bug in the system. This is the system. And as much as we can sit there on the outside and say, you know, with the expenses, we talked about Priti Patel before. Yeah. And now there's this whole thing where they're basically, it's almost like people are becoming members of parliament to benefit themselves.
No.
Honestly.
No.
Rather than, I know, I was as shocked at that discovery, rather than actually trying to look after their constituents.
Sounds like a conspiracy theory.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
But rather than thinking, okay, I want to be a member of parliament because I want change and I want to help people, it's almost like they're like, well, if we're in the business to dictate legislation, we might almost be able to make some like benefits out of that.
So, well, I'm going to be in office for, I don't know, 4 years. What can I change in 4 years that's going to benefit me? Yeah.
It's fucking insane. And the problem is because it's legal, and David Cameron came out and released a statement saying, well, I didn't actually break any laws, but I'll have a look into it and maybe rethink whether I should be doing this.
Which he will and go, no, everything was fine.
Everything's fine.
We've done an internal investigation. I asked myself, was I okay? I said yes. And I asked myself, was everything right? I said yes also. Yeah. So I've written it all down, yes and yes, signed David Cameron.
And it's cool.
We're good.
Because the thing is, if I had a company that was the exact same, I haven't got Rishi Sunak's number. I haven't got Matt Hancock's number.
No, me neither.
I have no access to them.
No.
I can tweet them, and every once in a while, Rishi, I do. But I haven't got access to these people to be able to say, look, I've got this business and I might genuinely be able to help.
It's almost like everyone else has to work a bit harder.
Almost. It's almost like the system helps you if you're within the system and fucks over everyone else.
Imagine if your dad wanted to like maybe make his shop a bit bigger and he just texted the councillor of Tamworth who gave planning permission.
Right.
And went, do you want to go out for dinner?
Yeah.
And he went, well, actually, no. I'll go on then.
Yeah.
That's a nice piece of steak. Should we get, it's on me.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
You know what? Have you ever played golf? Come down with me.
Yeah. What I've actually been thinking about is, I just wanted to make my shop a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, you did buy me a nice piece of steak, so speak to my office on Monday.
Yeah.
And you think that's far-fetched? Funny enough,
no.
That's how it works.
That's understated. That's literally understated from what it is.
Usually it's, can you do this? Here's a bank account number. Put a number in there. sign this,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that program about universities doing that?
No.
And basically signing up. There was like this university that was down in London that was basically an office.
Right.
And this guy was signing people up to this university. They had this lovely big website and brochure and everything else. But it was effectively an office.
Yeah.
But they was registered as a place of learning. People were signing up to the university.
Oh, I did see about this.
To get all the student loans.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I
there
did
was
see
like
about this.
fucking 60-year-old blokes.
Yeah, yeah.
Just signing up to get all this
Yeah.
free cash.
Fucking insane.
And people was just like, yep, fuck it, sign up.
And the
Okay,
thing is,
sign up.
People like to think, if you think of a corrupt government, you think of Guatemala, you think of fucking Nigeria, you'll think of these. We literally have, and now it's not even like a secret. It's a very openly corrupt government.
It's everything like that. It's like, if you want a fake ID, get you one. Fake driving license, yep. Passport, yep. That's not that stuff that you hear of in, like you say, third world countries, backhanders and fucking bribes.
But it's literally now.
It's here in the UK.
And the thing is, we've already got the biggest. We and us in America are the biggest arms dealers in the world, but also the biggest drug dealers in the world. America, especially, like we can't scratch them. But now it's got to the point where literally there are people at the bottom of the food chain in Parliament and in government who just, and like part of me thinks, like, if that was me, like how easily corruptible are human beings.
I wonder what Gareth's into. Councillor Gareth. I wonder what his end game is.
Maybe that's why he's got something
You
in
know what I
mind.
mean?
Maybe he's got something. He's eyes on the prize.
Maybe he
And he's
is.
trying to get in to.
He's bullshitting us all with fucking
But the thing is,
potholes.
because I honestly do believe, I think people are corruptible. Everyone's got a price. And as much as I'd like to think I wouldn't be
Not even a
corruptible-
price. Everyone's got leverage.
Yeah.
So whether you're completely unbribable,
Yeah.
but you really love your wife,
Yeah.
or you really love your daughter, and if somebody threatens them, or something was to say, oh well, maybe they don't have that place in that school that's
Yeah.
quite local, I can make that happen, or I can stop it.
And look at what happens to people who speak out against them. Edward Snowden, Julian Assange. Like, you become... You get kicked out of your country. I think Edward Snowden's still living in Norway, I think.
No,
or
he's in Russia. He's
yeah.
a Russian national now.
Yeah, now he is, yeah. And it's like, as soon as you speak out and you whistleblow against the government because they're fucking people over, you just get shunned. I think, Trump had a huge thing because they were asking, like, would you pardon him? Because, at the end
Yes,
of your
yeah,
presidency, you could pardon as many people
Yeah.
as you fucking want, which would be a fun power to have.
They tried to get Joe Exotic.
Yeah,
pardoned,
they
didn't
did, yeah.
There
Well,
was
he
a big-
thought he had a fucking...
a limo
waiting for him,
Yeah.
and then was like, "What? Not me?
Not top of the list,
Not
Joe.
top of the list,
sorry.
Joe." Yeah, but he must have missed that episode.
So they asked for Joe Snowden.
people,
Edward Snowden.
people were asking, is he going to do it? But he's like, no, he's an enemy of the country. Because he spoke out against the fact that America were using their access to people's webcams, they were recording phone calls.
So he spoke about against the fact that America was
corrupt and spying on their
to
citizens.
their own people. And people
yeah.
was like, it's a bit iffy.
Yeah, everyone in power was like, well, no, he's an enemy of the state.
Yeah, because they want to try him for, what's the word?
Treason?
Treason.
Yeah.
That's what they initially want him for,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
they?
Purely because he came out and was like, this is unethical to the point where no longer can I be a part of it, but I want to speak out against it.
And also,
people deserve to know.
Are you doing it? And they went, no.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
I mean, I've got files here that show you are. Yeah, but no.
Have you seen the film, Snowden, the film? It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it. It's a really, and he's in
Yeah.
it at the end.
Yeah.
Edward Snowden is. But it's a really fun, and it shows you, I mean, I'm sure it's dramatized in parts, but it shows you the extent of what happened.
If he has done other podcasts,
He has.
with a Mr. Certain Joe Rogan. I think he's done 2 now, actually.
Yeah, he has. He's done Russell Brand as well.
Via a webcam.
Yeah.
It's very heavy watching.
Yeah.
Because he's on a webcam, he just talks for 2 hours solid. It's a lot of information to take in. But if you are interested in it, it's a great, it's a great
interesting,
podcast.
But it's a shame that people like him, who are on our team, the peasants, the regular people, the citizens, and trying to help us to realise what the governments are doing, and they get shunned.
That Julian Assange, was he WikiLeaks?
WikiLeaks, yeah.
Wasn't he living in an embassy for
Yeah.
like fucking 3 or 4 years?
remember what
Was
it
it
was.
like fucking Chechnyan fucking
Yeah, something like
embassy
that.
or something like that? And like Lady Gaga was going to visit him and shit like that. Like it got really fucking weird.
Yeah. Did you know Lady Gaga got banned from China because she met Dalai Lama?
She was?
The Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
She met up with him once, and they banned everything. She doesn't exist in China anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the Dalai Lama is, this is a whole, you know what, next week,
Is it? It's for Tibetan. Is
Yeah.
that what that is all about?
Yeah.
Have I just ruined the story?
No. Because if you know, then you know. It's the whole Tibet should be the 10th biggest country in the world. Should be.
I didn't know any of this. Tune in next week to find out more
about Tibet.
intelligent shit with the devil.
I didn't want to do that much intelligent shit this week. It took 23 hours. I did last podcast.
Yeah, we've let you off this week.
So
we've given you an easy week this week.
That is the end as well, isn't
This is a digestible podcast.
It is bite size
in clip form.
Yes.
But so we will see you next week.
If you haven't yet, subscribe. I haven't done this for a while. Subscribe.
Yes, in fact.
Like us on Instagram. Share our things. Tell your friends. We're on Twitter and Facebook and all of the socials apart from TikTok.
20%. No. 80%.
Have you checked this since though? You said this for like 4 months ago.
80% of our views come from people who are not subscribed on YouTube.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah.
If you are subscribed, thank you.
Yes.
If you are watching this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I probably should say this at the beginning as well.
And we will do the competition that we were meant to do 2 months ago soon. We can do it now.
We can.
You're being lazy.
It's true. Whoa, what?
You said it's true. That's it. That's all that matters.
This guy.
Thank you very much.
Peace and love.
Have a nice week. Peace and love.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome.
You just said.
Wait, be professional. Shh. Welcome to episode 41 of Archer and the Devils podcast.
Woo, 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 woo. That's your professional intro.
Oh. Didn't we have a cheer? Nope.
That's not it.
Nope. Nope. What's that?
Do you want to try again?
No, I'm in.
I love how you said, let's try and have a professional intro because you always fuck it up.
We had a cheer, but... it's a laughter.
That's a laughter.
Oh, it won't stop now.
Stop pressing things.
What,
You pressed it 7 times. That's why it's still a whole fucking episode now is just canned laughter in the background. Hello.
Hi. Oh, I forgot to do the update. There's an update for this. I don't know if I told you.
Right, start again.
No,
we're starting again. No, we're starting again.
Welcome to episode 41.
I mean, I can just clip the first bit.
Son is killed.
And take that bit.
Son is killed.
Start again properly.
Why? That was fine.
It wasn't fine. There was too much button pressing.